Have you ever faced a situation where God's provision seemed insufficient? Maybe you had enough food, but not enough money. Or maybe you had enough money, but then you needed medicine. The Bible tells the story of an elderly woman who experienced God's provision in an extraordinary way. And it's a story that can encourage us when we feel like our resources are dwindling. The prophet Elijah was told by God to go to a widow in Zarephath, a town in Israel near the coast. This widow was to be the recipient of a significant miracle. When Elijah arrived at the widow's house, he found her in the process of making her last meal. She was about to use the last of her flour and oil to make a cake for herself and her son. In that moment, Elijah approached the widow with a message from God. He told her that her flour and oil wouldn't run out, no matter how much she used, as long as she first put some aside as an offering to God. This was a big ask. For most of us, using a little extra flour and oil isn't a big deal. But for this widow, who was likely already struggling to get by, it must have seemed impossible. Despite this, she trusted the prophet and chose to obey God's command. After putting some aside, she began to use the rest to feed herself and her family. Miraculously, the flour and oil lasted for many days, proving God's promise to be true. This story reminds us that when we trust God, He will take care of us. It doesn't mean that things will always be easy or that we won't face tough times, but it does mean that God is with us through it all. So the next time you find yourself worrying about making ends meet, remember the story of the widow of Zarephath. Remember that God is in control, and when we trust Him, we can experience His miraculous provision in our lives. Do you have a story of God's provision in your life? Share it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Also, don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. We hope this video brought you closer to God. If you have any prayer requests or thanks to give God, please comment them below. We would love to lift them up in prayer. Thanks for watching.